lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Give 'em a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the showman said.
Hello, Yabba, and welcome to a new series on the YouTube channel and posted on the Twitter page. So we've decided at Yabba that it's going to be easier for you to listen and watch instead of having to read loads of work. Don't mind that noise in the background, that's just my kitten using the litter tray. So, this week's opponents, this Saturday, we're away at Vale Park against last year's league strugglers, Port Vale. So, last season, Port Vale didn't have a great season. They finished a couple of points above the drop, only 2 points above the drop, which for Port Vale isn't great. So last season they racked up a total of 11 wins, just 11 in all 42, all the matches, because I can't do maths in my head. All the matches last season, they only won 11 of them, which isn't great. They also had the second most yellow carded booked player in the league, Gunning, on 12 yellow cards in a season. Now, Port Vale in the pre-season has been anything but solid. So they've played 9 matches, 9 pre-season matches this season, where they have only managed to scrape a victory in 1. And that victory was a 3-2 win against National League Halifax. It doesn't look like Cambridge's pre-season. A lot of the teams that Port Vale have played have been lower than them. So a total of 5 of their pre-season friendlies has been against teams who are lower. There's been a lot of changes in the Port Vale ranks, whereas they have let 11 players go this season, this end of the season. 11 of their players have now left the club, and under the new management, the new regime, 10 players have been brought into the club. Now, us U's fans will know 2 of these players rather well, one of them being our beloved Leon Legg, who's been with us for the last few seasons, who have done really well for our club and has since moved on. He left us on a free to go there, and also Peter Miller has also gone to Port Vale. Maybe a step down will help him start scoring goals. Now, taking all this into account, all well and good, they've had 11 players out, 10 players in, their pre-season hasn't been good. We need to look at the head-to-head stats, not half the head-to-head. And that doesn't bode too well for us. I mean, yes, we beat them 5-0 on the last game of the season last season. Everyone knows that. Everyone loves talking about that. That yes, we beat Port Vale 5-0, but it was a very poor team we played. It was men against boys for a lot of that game, and I think Port Vale fans will agree, United fans will agree, that they just didn't turn up that game. Now, in the last 6 games, dating back all the way to 2000, United have only beaten Port Vale twice. Once in 2000, which was a 4-0 victory, and once the season just gone, a 5-0 victory. Now, all well and good that we beat Port Vale by this big score line, we beat them this and they've not got a great team. They've had a lot of players in and out, so it could be anyone's match. You can look at the head-to-head stats and you got to say, well, maybe Port Vale should beat us. Although, then you have to look at their pre-season, their transfers. They're not going to bode well for a club. I mean, we've had quite a nice transfer window for gelling of players, because we haven't had too many in, we haven't had too many go, so we've still got a good skeleton and a good team to work with. Yes, there is a mixture of emotions, especially when it came to the end of last season. Yes, we finished on a high underdone with all these victories, breaking these dry spells that we had, breaking the away stuff we had, like getting some points, getting some goals, which was a big factor. But we haven't got any money. Look at last season, we made a £600,000 loss. Now, for a league club, that is disastrous. If that happens again this season, next season, we might not have a club in a few years. So what United are doing, we're not bringing in players, which we sold players. We sold Delito for an undisclosed fee, although both Uche and Legg went on frees, which I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit annoyed about, like, yeah, I understand they want to move on to bigger and better clubs. Uchi, bigger and better club. Leon Legg going to Port Vale. But we need to get something for these players. Like, they're good players. Although the players we have brought in could do very well. So we've got Lamb, who scored 2 goals in the pre-season friendly. We've got Knowles, who's been brought up from the under-18 level, who scored, I think, 5 goals. And for a youngster to score 5 goals in a pre-season friendly is absolutely amazing. We've got Norval Williams as well. We also have Squire, and we've finally signed Taft on a permanent contract that will keep him at the Abbey for a good while, which is absolutely music to any U's fans' ears. Now, enough of talking about Port Vale, talking about their pre-seasons, talking about transfers. That's done. Let's focus on U's, because that's what I really want to talk about. I love to follow all the U's pre-seasons, not so much visiting them because of other working commitments and whatnot, but we've played 11 pre-season friendlies, 11, which is quite a few. Yes, they've been really close together and we'll play 2 separate teams and this and that, but 11 is still a lot, especially when you look at what we've done in those pre-season friendlies. A lot of the time, clubs will do loads of pre-season friendlies and put all the development squad out and maybe lose 3-0, 4-0 or what have you. But we played 11 games, we've only lost 1 game, and that was to a championship side. Excuse me. So, we lost to Millwall. Yeah, we lost to Millwall, but we played well, we kept the ball, we looked better at times. It was absolutely an amazing sort of like to see our players go up against some of these championship players and play well. So, in that respect, we're looking really good for the season. We have scored 39 goals, I believe, in the 11 games, which works out to a 3.5 goal average in pre-season, which is absolutely amazing. And we've only conceded 10 in the 11 we've played. Now, 10 in the 11 we've played, that works out to 0.9 goals a game, which, if you're looking at it, yeah, is not great conceding a goal every single game, or near enough a goal every single game. But for the turnover, it's absolutely amazing. So we're winning effectively by 2.5 goals every game. Now, Aziz is looking the best. Aziz is looking on fire, which we could make into a song, with 9 goals, which is absolutely brilliant for Aziz. 9 goals. Maris, not 9, 5 goals. So Maris has got 5 goals. Knowles has got 5 goals as well, and the new boy Lamb, he's got 2 goals. So a very good attacking area we've got there with Knowles, Izzy's, and knowing that Lamb can come up and get them in as well. Now, coming into Saturday to our trip to Vale Park, United are looking the better team. They've had a better pre-season, they've had better team gelling. If you look at Port Vale's teams and results, like the teams they've drawn against were the teams we were beating, 7-1, 8-1, 4-0, teams like that they should really be winning, and surely they would be putting out strong teams against them to get those players gelling. But the results have not been there, which is worrying for a Port Vale side. We have 2 main worries coming into our first game. The first one is, it is at Vale Park, and our away form, if you disregard pre-season friendlies, but anyone must admit, our away form, under Derry, underdone, done yes a lot better, but as a collective it's not great, and we need to work on that, and hopefully we have worked on that, and we'll start seeing the results pouring in right now this coming season, and maybe climb a few more places. Now, the second big issue isn't Port Vale, it isn't United. I don't know how to say this without getting told off. The referee. So, as you all know, our officiator is Kettle for the opening game. Now, if you don't know that, I've probably just made your day really depressing and sad and don't know how to go on. But yeah, we have Kettle for our opening game. Now, in my personal opinion, to get another season at that level, you have to be quite a good referee, so it might just be bad luck or bad games when officiating us. But yeah, we have him. As long as he doesn't get lost on the way, you know, because you need common sense to set a sat nav, so he might get lost. But that's the second biggest thing we've got to watch out for is the refereeing, because more than likely, as we've seen in recent matches in past seasons, that when we have him refereeing, everyone's eyes are not on the players, it's on the man in the middle, and we hate seeing that in football, don't we? So unfortunately, we have those two big factors to come into play. Now, one, we might have sorted the away stuff out. We might have been hot on that in pre-season training, and number two is everyone can have bad games. It could just be unlucky that we've played when he's having off games as a referee or something, or yeah, so hopefully it will work out for us. Now that's about it for my first pre-season, what am I saying? The first game for the season, the pre-match statistics, there we go. The pre-match statistics for the first game of the season away to Port Vale. Now, drop a like, drop a retweet on the tweet that's going to be coming out with this, just so we can get as many people watching it as possible. That would be great for us at YABA, and that would be great for me as well, personally, just to sort of like get my pretty face out there. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day, guys. If you're going to Port Vale, safe travels, and let's get 3 points for the first game of the season.
Down at an English fair, one evening I was there, when I heard a showman shouting underneath the flare, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.